Hello, yes, and welcome to episode 5 of CHAP CAST. Still on lockdown, in the middle of the COVID crisis, but that is all we're going to say about that. Issue 5. In the first 4 issues, I've sort of been jumping around from place to place. And also done a episode on the charity band, but I think from this issue we are going to start from the very beginning. We're going to go back to the voice and getting into the voice and stage 1 voice, phase 1 voice. Me, Amon, Josh, Matty, Jamie, Dave Grunberg, and Taiyeb falls into that category as well, so should be good. We're just going to talk about everything about me getting into music. Okay, so let's kick this off with a track from back then. and that was No One Knows Him. No One Knows Him, song written by me and Amon. I may have played that version in a previous episode. Just thought it's a good track to kick this episode off with. We recorded that with Lauren Taubman's dad, Mick Taubman. Back that was the first song that we ever recorded. Song that me and Amon wrote. Probably one of mine and Amon's best songs that we ever writ together, if not the best song that we ever writ together. I just want to apologise for a couple of things this episode. One will be the noise that you can hear around me, because I am in my family home during this lockdown crisis in my mobile studio, so you're going to hear all the family bits and bobs, and also the tracks and stuff that I'm going to play in during this episode is like really bad quality, because it's like been recorded on like a Tascam Portero 2 4-track from 19 whatever, and also that there's a lot of live stuff, and there's just bad recordings really. Yeah, we didn't really, that song was actually recorded in Mick's home studio, which was a pretty good place to record, but that version of it is like been, I don't know, I couldn't find the original version, so that one's like been like recorded onto tape, given out to people, and I don't even know what version of it or what copy of it I've just played you, but you get the rough idea. Yeah, so this was our first school band, and that was like one of the first tracks that me and Amon ever wrote. I think the first song we ever wrote was a song called Night to Remember. I'm going to play you a version of that, which is a live version. Again, not great quality. Well, none of these will be great quality, but this is like from back in the early 90s, so you know what I mean. Okay, let me play you Night to Remember from the Verge gig. It was actually our second ever gig. Yeah, have a listen to this.
Don't worry, the beautiful one is back. Our next song, yeah, is the first song that The Voice ever writ, right? And this is called...
Hello, I weren't in the band when that happened.
I don't say wrote, alright, because I don't say own. Right, it's Night to Remember anyway, yeah? It's me! Anyway, yeah, this one's for our like, manager. I don't know where is he? Ben Flynn. Where is he?
His nickname's actually Ben the Lagboat.
The one with about 25 drinks in his hands.
Hey.
Thank God it ain't on our expense. Right, Night to Remember anyway, yeah? Be quiet or you'll spoil it. Squashed together that I could barely breathe. But now the line's getting shorter, I will soon break free. Us fun standing here squashed together that I can barely breathe. But now the light's getting shorter, I will soon break free. I thought practice underneath while the clever ones left at home. He should be here with us, but we put it down to his mom. While he's all wild in bed, we're all freezing cold. We're all stuck together, so let us carry our souls. Hey, talk tonight and put up a fight. Hey, think to grave. Today's the day.
Yeah, it's quite embarrassing listening back to that. We was very, very, very young, bunch of nutters. Yeah, that was well, it was our first proper gig. Like our first gig was at the Ingestry Road Community Festival, about 2 weeks before that, and then that was our first gig in like a proper pub club sort of thing, you know what I mean? We was in the Verge at the bottom of Kentish Town. It's actually a block of flats now. Yeah, it brings back some memories. Yeah, there's a lot of youngsters in there as well, like anyone from 15 to 21. Yeah, it's just all going mad, nuts. Yeah, so far the couple of songs I've played you have been written by me and Amon. So let's keep that going. This is another song. This song's called Every Little Thing. I wrote the words for this. I remember I was on my moped and just had this idea for a song in my head, but I had a pen, I had no paper. So I can remember pulling over by a NatWest bank. I'm not even sure where it was, but I ran in there, and you know, like they've got leaflets on the wall about, I don't know, mortgages and loans and whatever. I remember I grabbed a few of them off their stand and then run back to my bike and sat on my bike and wrote some lyrics to this song, like on this bit of mortgage paper or whatever. And then that evening Amon came to my house with his cherry burst Les Paul, and yeah, we sat there and basically put this song together. Yeah, have a listen. Cheers.
Every little time
And that was Every Little Thing, another composition by me and Amon. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so I'll keep it me and Amon for a minute. This is another song called Southern Side, or The Southern Side, whatever. This song, the lyrics are inspired by couriers in South London. When I was riding around on my scooter, moped, whatever you want to call it, Gilera, Runner, Peugeot Speedfire, whatever it was I was riding at that time. Just like driving along next to someone from Addison Lee, they're absolute lunatics. So this sort of inspired me to write the words to this song. And yeah, obviously my partner in crime, Amon, we locked ourselves away again and wrote this one, yeah. But have a listen. Yeah, I can remember being down in Dada's studio down at the bottom of Kentish Town. It was like opposite the Verge. I think it's like, I don't know where it is, some sort of shop now. But we used to be in the basement of there like a couple of nights a week or whatever. Yeah. amazing. Yeah, so a couple of years back now, where I've started losing my eyesight to the eye condition retinitis pigmentosa. I put a charity event on to raise money for a charity called RP Fighting Blindness. I think they changed their name now to Retina UK. And at the time, I weren't in a band, never had a band, so I had to play my set solo. But I spoke to Josh Wilson, who was the lead guitarist in the band back then, and I sort of said to it, I didn't think he'd be up for it, but I sort of said to him, "Oh, you should come down and we'll do like No One Knows Him together or something." And yeah, Josh was well up for it, yeah. So we met up like 3 or 4 times, or at my pal Desi's house, and we had like just sat around, had some beers, and had a little practice. Yeah, and it sounded pretty good, yeah. So Josh decided, yeah, he would come down. He brought his Epiphone. It's like a Sheraton or Casino or Riviera. Or it's one of them. It's in this like Man City blue. It's like, I think it was like a tribute to Oasis or whatever. But it was a lovely guitar. But he had that all through the voice, like back in the day. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so he said yes, and we played it together. Like only one song. Like he came on for my last song in my set. Yeah, I found a recording of it, and this is like, I don't know now. It's probably got to be a good 5 years ago now. But I mean, it's more recent than 15, 20 years ago when the voice was actually happening. Yeah, so I thought I'd stick this up. I know I've already played No One Knows Him, but this is like a totally acoustic, different version. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a good memory. Yeah, nice. Yeah, have a listen.
I'm the talented one anyway. Oh yeah. This is the sexy Josh Wilson. You're playing for that one, We've got some top bands on after this. We've got the Smokes, the Twice, and I don't even know if the Carnations have turned up yet. They was meant to be playing. If not, me and Richard are going to have a wrestling match. Yeah, it's been 15 years since I've had the pleasure of sitting next to this fella. Well, I was probably laying on the floor with a Jack Daniels on my head. This song's called No One Knows Him. This one's for everyone that came tonight. Thank you very much. Not the greatest turnout.
But
the best people turned up.
Exactly. Quality, not quantity.
I could smell the radiance. Beautiful people. Right, this one's No One Knows Him, then you can have the Smokes. Oh yeah. closer. No one knows who he is, and no one knows what's his name. They all think that he is God. Why won't he let us play the game? No one knows his future. No one knows his past. They all think that he's the winner. How long will it all last? Still the winner. As far as one now, baby. Still the winner. No one knows him. No one knows him. No one knows him. And no one knows him. Just the same. We'll go crazy! Cheers, thanks a lot. Just want to say a couple of thank yous before I get off the arse. I'd like to thank Nicholas, the promoter, who I think he's still upstairs. Obviously the road trip and the workshop, all the staff, the sound man, Cassandra French.
Yes, hey, Benji. Proper salt.
I'd like to thank my pregnant girlfriend. Even though I don't say her name on the event or whatever, she's done more than me, so we're amazing. I love you. I'd like to thank my mum for putting up with my noise. What did Jamie Nicholas's mum used to say? Stop twanging! Stop twanging! Can't help it, love it.
I'm the best.
And obviously I'd like to thank every one of you that showed up tonight and give your support. Love you all. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the smokes.
Yeah, and that turned out to be a right good night, that was. Yeah. There was maybe only like 50 or 60 people there, and really there should have been like 100 people there, really. But we had a good night, and the bands that like the Smokes and the Twice. The Twice is Lauren and Dad Mick. The Twice is their brother, Lauren's brother Josh. Yeah, mad. When we was like younger, and we was like back in the like 90s, early to mid 90s. Josh was like little footballer, like always in an Arsenal kit and that. And I used to play football with him up the Heath quite a lot. But now, well, I don't know if the Twice are still together. But I know he's doing solo stuff, and he's doing a lot of stuff with his dad. And I've heard bits and pieces, and yes, it's really good stuff. Like, actually, his band the Twice released an album as well, and I bought that, and that was a good album. Yeah. Yeah, so alright, so moving on. Yeah, so originally, like when we put this band together, it was like me and Amon both lived on the Ingestry Road estate, and we both went to William Ellis School. So did everyone in the original lineup. Yeah, everyone was at Ellis. Yeah, so you had me singing lead vocals. I couldn't play guitar then. You had Amon on rhythm guitar, Josh, who was just with me in that song, on lead guitar. You had Matty Benson on drums, and Taiyeb, but he was actually playing like a second rhythm guitar, and we never had a bass player. And yeah, it was mad, like because I think Taiyeb actually helped Amon learn the guitar originally. And yeah, and he played in the first gig that we did up at the Ingest Road Festival, but about halfway through the gig, he just walked off the stage. Yeah, so we had to finish that gig without him. And Jamie Nicholas was actually in the, I won't say crowd because it weren't a crowd, it was just like a bunch of people from Kentish Town or whatever. But he was there watching us that day, Jamie, and he weren't actually in the first two gigs that we done at the Verge either, because he weren't quite ready to take up the bass. So we had Kevin One, who was another fella from William Ellis, who was the bass player of a band called Equilibrium, Marcus Bonfanti and Alex Smith's band. And drummer wise, I had Clifford they had on drums originally, I think. Yeah, so anyway, so Taiyeb originally was in the band, and like he was like, so anyway, he started this next song, he wrote like the first two verses to it, and he brought it to me, and he sort of said, yeah, I've got a song, can we do it in the band? And I was like, yeah, definitely, mate. I was like, what, tell Amon what the chords are, and he was sort of like, oh, I haven't actually put any guitar to it yet. So Amon was like, all right. And then we looked at it, and it was just like two verses. And I said, right, where's the chorus? And he said, oh, I haven't actually done one yet. So I said, all right, don't worry. And I sort of I'd done a chorus to it. And then I had done a third verse as well. And yeah, and Amon put all the music to it. We sat down, we learnt this track together, and yeah. And this version of it that I've got was actually recorded. It's not a finished recording. It was started with Mick Taubman again, like, because it was going to be the second song he was going to record for us, and we'd done No One Knows Him with him, and then this one got this far, so it's not actually finished. But I just thought I'd share it anyway, just because it's a good memory, like. Takes me back and shows everyone Taiyeb in the band, do you know what I mean? Before he sort of had his stage fright, if you like, and decided that being on stage ain't for him. But yeah, have a listen, see what you think. And listen to the lyrics, especially in the first two verses, because they're Taiyeb's lyrics. Alright, nice one. yeah, so that was The Devil in Me. And that was basically Taiyeb's song, and me and Amon just done a bit of doctoring at the end to get it stage ready. Yeah, good song. That's one place must be very interesting, is inside Taiyeb's head. Yeah, getting inside that head must be amazing. Yeah, shame that he got a bit of stage fright and left the band, because really what I would wanted would be for Ty to have played bass, you know what I mean, and then it just to be the five of us, but it wasn't to be. Okay, yeah, so next up I'm going to share a little story with you about one of the times that I've met Noel Gallagher, and yeah, just what he put us onto, and that, like, yeah, have a little listen to the story and enjoy. Yeah, so I thought I would add a little story to this episode that sort of is from the stories from back in the day, like when music was introduced to me properly in the early to mid 90s. So this story is like back in October 1995, I think I can remember that. So anyway, yeah, so in the early 90s, that's when I sort of came across music through a really good friend of mine, John Jones, Cookie. Yeah, I think I was sort of just a lost. Don't know. I think I needed something to take me away from trouble. You know what I mean? And music was the remedy. Yeah. So when Cook introduced me to rock and roll, yeah. Anyway, so this story, right? So this story is about the first time that I met Noel Gallagher. Well, I say the first time. I've only met him about 3 times in my whole life. So it was a Saturday in October '95, and we decided that because we was all like getting into the whole scene, you know what I mean, becoming little mods. So Cookie and his cousin Grant were going down the West End to visit Carnaby Street. So me and my pal from school, Wesley Bond, decided to tag along. So the 4 of us went down Carnaby Street. We was there for the day, just popping in and out of Merc and Sherry's and Ben Sherman and all the other little things around Carnaby Street, all the little moddy things. And then after we'd been down there a couple of hours, before we was going to come home, we decided we'd go through the back doubles up onto Oxford Street and visit HMV, because at the end of the day it's all about the music, innit? And yeah, we needed to take some new music home with us, so we went up onto Oxford Street and went into the big flagship HMV store. We was looking around at I don't know what we was looking at that time, and then I see Cook's face was a bit like, I don't know what, baffled. I don't know. So I sort of said to him, like, what's happening? You alright? And he's like, Noel Gallagher is standing over there. And I was like, Noel Gallagher, what? And obviously, like, I was new to the whole thing, you know what I mean, Oasis, and so I was a bit taken aback. But Cook was over there, like, without saying anything, with Grant close behind him, and yeah, they went over to Noel, and me and Wesley sort of potted after them, and then like they was chatting away to Noel. I was too, like, I don't know, I was just standing there looking at them. I weren't really saying anything. I was just like standing there, and Wesley sort of standing there like in his new Crombie overcoat that he's bought from Carnaby Street, and he's like, "Who's this tramp?" Because like Noel was sort of dressed in like some sort of cowboy boots and blue jeans and like a fur jacket, and he had no top on underneath the jacket. He just had like a big silver cross round his neck, and you could tell that he was like out of his nut, and probably been up all night, just come out of a nightclub or something, and he's in HMV. So anyway, so Cook's like, "All right, so what are you doing here, Noel?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm here looking for the album of this new band that I like," and we was sort of interested to know what it was, and he said it's a band from Liverpool called Cast, and we was like, "All right." And anyway, he found the album, and like I think we got autographs or whatever. No pictures because we didn't have like camera phones and that at that time. But so lovely geezer, you know what I mean. Like, and then he just left us, went over to the till, paid for his album, and left. So then we're standing there like where he got the album from, and we're all like, right. So me, Grant, and Cook all picked a copy of the album up. I don't think Wesley was that interested really, you know what I mean. He was just like, yeah. So we went to the till. Obviously waited for Noel to leave HMV before we potted up to the till behind him and all bought the same album that he just bought. But yeah, that was how I was introduced to Cast, and like Cast are still to this day, along with Oasis, one of my top 5 bands. I've seen Cast probably a couple of times more than I've seen Oasis, but I'd say I've seen Oasis a good 17, 18 times, and maybe seen Cast 20 times. A little bit easier to get tickets for Cast, and they're still kicking about now as well, so yeah. But I remember we walked to the C2 bus stop and got the bus back to Kentish Town. And when it went into Ingester Road, where all our other pals were, and we was like, "Yeah, we got the new band, this cast, yeah, the new band." And then like we found out that John Powers come out of the Lars, and do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah. So that was a little bit of history, meeting Noel and him putting us onto Cast. Yeah, so yeah, top stuff. Yes, and that was the first time that I met Noel. That was right when I was like being fed music by Cook and Grant and that. Just like I was a bit lost, like always looking for something, and I didn't know what it was, and Cook started bringing this music around the football pitch, and I was just like, "What is this?" And I was just like, that was it. Clicked it all together. So that was a great story. Anyway, with The Voice, like obviously me and Amon were like the main songwriting partnership for the band, and like basically, yeah, we was doing it all together, and then like it becomes a bit hard to keep being in each other's pockets so much, you know what I mean, and all that. So I remember he came to the rehearsal with a song called It Wasn't You that he'd written fully by himself without me, and I was like, oh God, do you know what I mean, this ain't good. I need to write songs. And like I couldn't play the guitar, so it's just like, but it was mad. It spurred me on because I'd always had an acoustic guitar that my mum bought me, and it was just sitting in my bedroom, you know what I mean? But I just was more interested in being a front man, you know what I mean? Like, and writing lyrics and doing tunes with Amon, you know what I mean? But then he's brought this song to the rehearsal, like, and he's like, right, you sing it. And I was a bit like, oh God, got to sing somebody else's lyrics. Well, we did do covers of Oasis and The Who and the Beatles. But I was like, right, that is it. It determinated me to learn the guitar, and so I could write my own songs, you know what I mean? Which we will get to in a minute. But have a listen. I think it had something to do with his girlfriend or something. It's called It Wasn't You. It's a good little track. Yeah, have a listen, see what you think. Yes, so that was It Wasn't You. That was probably the first song that I sang of someone else's lyrics, and even to this day I don't really do it that often. Maybe a massive band like the Beatles, but yeah, so like Amon, not only did he write that song, he wrote two others. He wrote a song called Unknown Home and a song called Your Song, but Amon wanted to sing Your Song and Unknown Home. So, but just being a front man that don't play an instrument, I do you know what I mean? It's like time to leave the stage. Yeah, and then we by this time Jamie's like fully taken bass on, and then we had this thing where we like to have another guitar, an acoustic guitar, which would have been great if I was playing it, but I still hadn't quite got there on the old guitar. But we got a sixth member in the band, and his name's David Grunberg. He's the only member that didn't go to William Ellis. He went to Ackland Burley. Yeah, nice geezer, Dave Grunberg. I haven't seen him for a long time. I wrote a song with him called Climb High when we played the Roundhouse. Especially for that gig, we played Climb High that I've done with him, and no one knows him, yeah. But, yeah, sorry I haven't mentioned Dave much. Yeah, he used to sing, and again, another person that wanted to sing, you know what I mean? So he had two songs, Moon and the Stars and Just the Same. And yeah, he used to play them. Amon had these two, you know what I mean? So my set was getting smaller and smaller. So I basically, with my limited guitar skills, I wrote these next 3 tunes that I'm going to play you. And they are On My Mind, Resurrection, and It's Free. We'll start with On My Mind, and then we'll move on. And that was On My Mind, coming live from a rehearsal studio, probably Scar Studios by then. Yeah, so the next one out of the 3 is Resurrection. Yeah, and that was Resurrection, another rehearsal room recording. Not very good, but it's just, you get the idea. Yeah, one more out of these three that I'll play you. And it's called It's Free, and it goes a little bit like this.
This one's called It's Free. I don't know if it is, I haven't asked Austin.
Yeah, and that was It's Free. They are three of the songs that I wrote back in the day to sort of defend myself against all the other songs that was coming into the band that I had nothing to do with, and the band didn't want me to have nothing to do with them. But yeah, that third song that I played, It's Free, that sort of stood the test of time like no one knows him, and I still play that at gigs even today, you know what I mean? Like that recording that I just played you, because I couldn't find an old recording of that song. That was a live version done at the Dublin Castle around 6 years ago, I think. But yeah, top track. I love that song. Yeah. I just spotted the time, and I try to keep these things to an hour, but this one's just going over an hour. I've still got quite a lot of things I wanted to show and do, and all right. So yeah, I've got I'll put a couple more things up, and then we'll sort of let this one run a little bit over an hour. Yeah, I've got a song called Pride that I wrote around the same time as On My Mind, Resurrection Is Free. It never really survived outside the voice. I don't think it even got played live, but yeah, it's an alright tune. I thought I'd share it. It seems it's never had any sort of, no one but the band have heard it, I don't think. Yeah, so see what you think.
Every time I
Yes, and that was Pride. A song that probably none of the others even remember it if you ask them. It was at a few rehearsals, but don't know if it got very much further than that. Yeah, so there's so much that I wanted to share and talk about, but this is going well over an hour now, so I don't really want to, you know what I mean, like make people have too much to listen to at once. The next episode I'm gonna talk about, basically there was 2 great phases of The Voice, this phase and then the phase before the band finished, but in the middle there was just a load of madness where there was like loads and loads and loads of different members. That few good little things came out of it, but I'll show you them next episode. I just suppose I should say a little thing about everyone that was in this phase of The Voice. And so it started out me, and then you had Amon, who was like my songwriting partner, the rhythm guitarist in the band. We both went to William Ellis. I sort of left school after year 11, went to work, and Amon, Josh, sort of stuck around for sixth form and that, but I didn't do that. And then I don't know if that had something to do with the breakup of this first phase, but yeah, just where we weren't spending as much time together, you know what I mean, like. And then Matty, he didn't go sixth form either, but Matty was actually in every phase of The Voice with me, you know what I mean, throughout. And Jamie sort of was about, and then he disappeared. What else should I talk about? Dave Grunberg, sort of, he was the first person the last person to join, the first person to leave, and then there was like a few silly arguments and that about just silly stuff, you know what I mean, like. I think my ego sort of grew fairly large, and I don't think Josh and Amon liked it very much. So they ended up going and leaving me, Matty and Jamie, and then we went into this next episode. I won't talk anymore. I'll leave that for the next episode. But this was the start of everything for me, you know what I mean? This is music. Just like youngsters mad for it, as Leon would say. It was a great time of my life, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't change it for the world. Well, I would have had us signed and playing, supporting Oasis at Wembley. That would have been nice, but yeah, it weren't to be. But yeah, we had our own great times, you know what I mean? And that, amazing. It's quite mad that I'm sort of the only person left out of the original 6 that even still does music, you know what I mean? Like, there's always been like little talks of reunions and stuff, and I have played on stage with Josh. But yeah, I've played loads with Matty after this as well. Like, Matty was my drummer for a long time, and he still would be today if I could have my way, you know what I mean? So before we end this episode, just thought I'd say a little bit more about Taiyeb. Taiyeb was a driving engine in the very early days. Still my top pal. Well, they're all my friends still, you know what I mean? But yeah, it would have been amazing if Taiyeb could have like swapped onto bass, and maybe Jamie Nicholas played piano or something. So this was the early days, and yeah, there's loads and loads of stories and stuff that I haven't said, you know what I mean? Like, you only got so long, ain't you? And I tried to get quite a few tracks out. There's loads more tracks as well, that I haven't played. So I think I'm going to end this with a song called She's Got Him. And this song is by Jamie Nicholas, because I haven't played any of his songs. But I'm singing it. But this is what we're going to end on. This is Jamie Nicholas's song, She's Got Him. It's quite a late song in the voice, probably months before we was going to split. Not saying that, me and Jamie and Matty went on to New Horizons, but we'll talk about that in the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed. If there's anything that you want to know that I've forgotten to say or whatever, just hit me up on Facebook or whatever. But so I'll let you go on She's Got Him, and I will speak to you soon. Stay safe. Alright? Keep the faith, wash your hands, live forever.